Is just a light.
Halftime from Madison, Wisconsin. We are at Camp Randall Stadium on the campus of the university. Buffalo and Green Bay tied at 21. The Packers made the trek down here by bus last night. And if you were with us in the first half, you saw that all-star wide receiver Sterling Sharp is also an aspiring videographer. He had this little handy cam on the sidelines during the first half. We caught him at it. Well, what does Sharp Cam show?
That was real sweet, wasn't it, man? That was real sweet.
He couldn't have went another step. I'm glad he didn't have to go no further. Man, I just want to know what's really happening. Mark Lee, there go my man, the official.
You always wonder what goes on in the sideline. That's what does go on in the sideline. Sharp said he did that for like 10 or 12 games last year. And he said the secret is you never stand next to the quarterback. You never stand next to the coach. And you always stand the opposite direction in which the ball is going.
How's the quality of his work, John? You've analyzed his play. What about his video skills?
I think he's good. I mean, he had some booms and zooms. And anytime you can get booms and zooms, you can't beat that.
He may be the last one out of the tunnel. He's probably taking video of the guys coming down. He's changing cassettes. He'll be down shortly. 21-21. Here comes Mark Lee.
Hey, Mark Lee is the guy 22 there, a 12-year veteran, and this guy really takes care of himself. I mean, to play in this league over 10 years and is amazing. To play it as a cornerback, one of the most difficult positions where you need quickness and speed all the time, is darn near phenomenal. And this guy is a special guy. What does he have? I wonder if he has a snake in there. You never know what these guys have in those towels or in those helmets anymore. Now you see a guy brings out a camera. The next time you don't know what he's bringing out in the second half. I think he has something in that towel.
Sterling said yesterday he's got 2 goals for 1991. He wants to catch 109 balls and break Art Monk's season record, and he wants to repeat on the All-Madden team.
Yeah, you know, the way that guy plays, you know, he's always, a shot for that part, because these are the kind of guys that you like. I mean, he can not only be a wide receiver, we know he's a cameraman. He went to school, he went to film school. So we used to put, the guys in the school they went to play football, then they also go to school to do this stuff.
How about Dalowiso? How about Brad Dalowiso?
Dalowiso may not make the Green Bay Packer team because of Chris Jackie, if he ever gets in camp, but I think Brad Dalowiso will be on some NFL team this year.
Matter of fact,
this guy can kick.
It's almost an understanding between Dalowiso and the coaching staff of the Packers that Jackie will be the kicker, but I think the Packers want to help him out by showcasing him and keep him on the roster as long as possible and get him a job somewhere.
And there also comes a point of no return. I mean, Jackie's not going to be the kicker if he doesn't sign a contract and get in camp. So there's also that thing that if they don't sign him, this guy's going to be the kicker.
Frank Reich, 8 of 10 in the first half, almost picked off. Roland Mitchell, one of a ton of Plan B acquisitions by the Green Bay Packers. As a matter of fact, Green Bay, since its inception, has used Plan B more than almost any team in the league.
Yeah, and they used Plan B this past year more than any team in the league. I think they had 12 or 13 players, and Lindy Infante said what it's done is it brought our bottom up to the middle, and that's about what Plan B does. You're not going to get well with Plan B. Your bottom players are going to be better than your bottom players were, and that's about it.
Audible by Frank Reich out of the shotgun. The snap is back. Reich finds Don Beatty, who takes a shot to the chops and gets up without showing any effect. The flag is down in the offensive backfield, and that might bring it back.
Yep, and it's going to be right against the Buffalo Bills. They're holding on that penalty. And you'll see what happens. Anytime you put a rookie defensive back in there, they're going to work on him.
To the head, number 79, offense, 10 yards, still second down.
So the holding call wipes out the completed pass. Johnny Holland was the man with the tackle. And that negates an 18-yard gain, makes it first down and a second down and 20. Frank Reich on in place of the injured Jim Kelly. Fumble. Green Bay has it.
Lindy Infante says we can't keep turning that ball over. And I'm sure he went right in and told his team that, and he probably said, hey, let's start getting some of those turnovers. And when you have that snap thing between the center and the quarterback, and that ball's laying around there, that's a good time to pick it up.
Bryce Popp, the linebacker, is the man who made the recovery. Blair Keel, who engineered the last-minute touchdown drive, remains at quarterback.
All the quarterbacks would like to start this drive here.
Blitz from Buffalo. And the handoff down near the 6-yard line. Vince Workman, number 46. Workman from Ohio State, a 5th-round draft choice in 1989, has played behind Woodside, and many expect that he might win the starting job this year.
Well, you know, everyone was talking about Workman in the camp he had. You know, the coaches talked about him, Mikowski talked about him, the other players, and I think, you know, you say what veteran has really been impressive. I think you have to say that Workman has been in this training camp.
Second and goal from the 7. 21-21. Keel, that could be picked off. James Williams is up for it, and he got it. Intended for Workman, but underthrown and obviously in the sight of J.D. Williams from the onset.
And that's the thing you can't do there. And watch how he did it. Not only did he force it in, but he threw a flutter ball because he threw off his back foot. What? He's backing up, and he throws going backward. Now, when your arm is going forward and your body's going backward, you don't have any velocity in the ball. You see? Look, he's going backwards, and the ball goes forward. You have nothing in the ball. You throw an air ball up there. It just throws a flutter up there, and they get the interception.
And James Williams might have gotten nicked on the interception.
He was down there for a jump ball on the flutter deal. Looked like the last shot out of a Roman candle.
Hand off to Gardner. Gain of 1. Gail Gilbert has come in at quarterback now.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers have really played pretty well today, and the thing that has hurt them or flawed them, and the thing that's going to upset that coaching staff is that they've had 3 turnovers.
There's Gail Gilbert from the University of California in his 5th year in the league now. Marv Levy, who once coached at California, as a matter of fact, said Gilbert has played quite well first 2 preseason games.
He has. I've seen him a couple times, and he really looks like he has control of the team when he's in there.
That one's off the fingertips of Turner, number 86. And Tim Houck, number 24, almost had the interception.
You know, and as you look at this game with Jim Kelly having the ankle injury, that it's more important now for a guy like Frank Reich to get a good, confident feeling. I mean, he's come in for Kelly before and has done well. And I think if there is something wrong with Kelly, it's going to be longer. It's important that Gail Gilbert now, instead of thinking as a 3rd quarterback, he better be thinking as a backup and maybe even a playing quarterback.
4-man rush by the Packers. That pass is too high. Contact did not come at the point of the catch. The ball apparently had overthrown, and Tim Houck is not called. So it'll be 4th down. By Sikahema back to return the punt of Rich Tootin. Tootin and Chris Moore in a punting battle for the spot with the Buffalo team. That's return of it. Oh, no. Sikahema. Fair catch called at the 42. 37-yard punt, nothing on the return. We are still tied at 21.
You've been driving for nearly 2 decades. You You've had your license renewed a number of times. Isn't it time you had your spirit renewed as well?
You've never heard anything like it. It's a video that speaks for itself.
This ain't a tennis match!
In a language that's all its own. Call this toll-free number now and find out what everyone is talking about in this fascinating video, The Hidden NFL. It's free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the best way to capture all the drama of sports.
This is the NFL, which stands for not for long when you make them...
Hidden mics and hidden cameras let you in on the NFL secrets in this fascinating video that you'll watch again and again.
Who's in charge of replay?
Call now to subscribe or renew. Get your free video and save over 55% off the cover price of SI. 23 issues payable in 3 monthly installments of only $9.99 each. For faster delivery, use your credit card. Plus, you get the football previews and the 92 swimsuit issue. Call now for your free video and to enjoy all the excitement of sports every week with Sports Illustrated.